Lee Thelens. This is my wife, Marilyn Thelens. We're here in St. John's. We've been farming about 1,800 acres for about 45 years now. And we've got two children, Leon Matthew and Kate, and they're both in the ag sector, have jobs in the ag business. And my daughter's half thinking about coming back to help us out. And so there's 200 acres here, and her and I have added on all the way around it over the years to make it larger. My dad, when he got here in 1955, and he milked cows for a few years. He had pigs for quite a few years. And in 1981, I started farming, and we've had sheep, hogs, and we currently have beef over our life experience.
I worked for MSU Extension for about 4 years when I first graduated. I had a master's degree in animal science, and I was the livestock educator here in Clinton County. Then I took a job with the Michigan Department of Agriculture, and I worked there for 12 and a half years. I coordinated the county fair program. And then I came back to Extension in 2001. I was the field crops educator in Clinton County again. Ended up doing a lot of work with soil health and manure management and things like that. I came back about the same time CNMPs were coming in and being required, and did a lot of educational work on that, which kind of led you to that soil health, soil quality piece that I worked on a lot. And then the last 4 years, I was the associate director for the Ag and Ag Business Institute.
I farm like a lot of other people. No-till here, we started way back in the 80s because I didn't have a lot of money or equipment. And so we started trying to do it that way, and it was very difficult back then. There wasn't any equipment for it. There wasn't fancy tools. There was nothing like that. So you made your own stuff, or you did your own, and you just tried to make it work. And it was more of a one pass with the whole train of stuff, and then you planning behind it. And as we got working at it, we liked the way it worked. We liked the soil structure, we liked the tilth, we liked the productivity. And so we were able to start buying equipment that would let you do it well. So the thing said 1986, I bought my first no-till planter. Way back in the 80s, there was a lot of interest in no-till. And as part of Tom Benson, the neighbor Dave Motes, there was a little bit, and myself and a couple other people. And so we'd have meetings in the wintertime, 2 or 3 meetings to explore and kind of look at no-till and avenues you could do, and this does this better than that does. And we did that for a lot of years, and so I was just one of the founding members is all. We just started making it more professional, and Marilyn joined in when she showed up in '86. She jumped in.
Sort of morphed into the Progressive Farmer Group, and I think that went through about 2010 probably.
Yeah.
And we'd have regular meetings that drew a good crowd. And it was a partnership between that group, because they had farmers that were part of that group, and Extension and Conservation District that would put those on. With my professional job and what we do on the farm kind of work hand in hand. MSU started doing quite a bit of research in reduced tillage, soil health, soil structure, and so forth. Dr. Harrigan was working quite a bit in that area. And so we would do some of the research here, host some of the field days here. And that was really beneficial for both MSU and for us, because you could see how those practices actually work on a production unit. We did some soil pits where you dug the soil out and looked at it, and you can really see what the practices did for the soil or to the soil. And so those were really beneficial. And then one of the other really cool ones we did was the smoke and the tile lines. And because we've no-tilled for so long, we've got a lot of macropores that are in the soil, and that was a very impressive demonstration now. So that was a really nice partnership.
I'm Phil Tuggle from MAC. Worked here for 25 years and met Marilyn and Lee early on in our career, paths crossed with MSU Extension and as customers of MAC. And when I think of Lee and Marilyn, I think of not only service but leadership. They just have this uncanny ability to do both. Lee and Marilyn make a great team, and Marilyn worked for MSU Extension for years and came home and farmed with Lee at night and weekends, and she would bring ideas home. Lee would find ways to test them, explore them, and make them scalable so that the rest of the farmers, and myself included, could use what they learned on their farm and help the rest of us. When I think of Lee and Marilyn, I think of leadership and service. That really entails what they're all about. They've not only served their community through township activity, church activities, but they lead in those positions and they find solutions to problems that are in the community. And Lee has been served on the local township board for years and has tackled many things as they've came along. And that really is a service to the community. When I think of master farmer, I think of somebody that's above the average, somebody that wants to lead and bring new ideas, adapt new ideas, and Lee and Marilyn both are open-minded to anything that comes along. They'll test it, they'll question it, and then they'll go forward. That's really what I believe is what makes them the master farmers.
We've been receptive to new ideas. We've held the line on what we believed was correct, and it's done us well. And somebody's noticed that we've been doing what we've been doing, and we're just doing it to make a living. That's our thing. And as a partner, we've been working together very, very well. I'm very proud that we were able to do this. We've got a good life. Was it easy? No. Was it worth it? Oh my God, yes. But my wife is the one who got us here today, and I thank you guys for even noticing. We're pretty honored.